You or your school or both are going to take the leap into Linux computing. But where should the computers go? I've got a few ideas for you on this Stu Does Linux. Hello, and welcome to Stu Does Linux. I'm Stu Karoff, husband, father, teacher, science fiction fan, still in the box even, pretty cool, huh? And probably a few other things. Take a moment to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Also, if you like what you see on this channel, go ahead and follow Stu Does Linux on Twitter, Instagram, and Threads. The links are down below in the description. Framed album cover, Crack the Sky by Mylon Lefevre and Broken Heart. Great old school stuff. Leave a comment if you remember it. I wasn't planning on doing a shout out for this video, and then I saw down in the in my little video window where I can see my camera, and I saw my eyeglasses. So I'm going to give a shout out today to the Professor of Rock, Adam Reeder on YouTube, for introducing me to Zenni Eyewear. Professor, they really are good glasses. You should check out his YouTube channel too. A lot of fun. Okay, you're ready to take the plunge. You want to put Linux in your school. There are a lot of decisions to make about that. Where will you get the computers? How many computers to get? What apps to use? What distro to use? Lots of decisions. But one other choice that will influence the other choices is, where do you plan to put the computers? Today's topic, ways to deploy Linux computers in your school. I've been using Linux with students for over a decade, and I've identified several different methods of deployment that work at school. In fact, I've tried all of them, and each can be useful depending on how many computers you have and what you plan to do with them. So let's get started. First off, a single computer in class. If you're like me, you're old enough to remember this. One computer for the classroom, usually stuck in a corner in the back of the room. 25 to 30 kids would get turns on it. This was the start of computers in class back in the 70s and 80s. And believe it or not, there's still a place for this. The art teacher at my school wanted one and only one computer for her class. She wanted students to have a way to quickly look things up on the internet for their art projects without having student computers all over the room. A refurbished iMac running Ubuntu worked perfectly for her. 2. Small classroom set. This was popular for our elementary teachers who wanted a few laptops that students could rotate onto rather than having to check out a whole Chromebook cart. Most teachers asked for 4 or 5 laptops, and it was a perfect fit for them. 3. A whole classroom set. This is what I did for myself. Our school was not one-to-one for devices, and I didn't want to compete with other teachers to use the Chromebook carts. So I set up a set of laptops just for my room. An IKEA storage shelf, some power strips, the laptops themselves along with chargers, and voila! This not only provided me with laptops anytime I wanted students to have them, it also kept me from having to check out a Chromebook cart, making the carts more available for the other teachers. This was so successful that I ended up setting up whole classroom sets for 3 other teachers, and they loved it too. 4. Computer lab. Pretty straightforward. The school has a computer lab. I put used laptops with Linux in it. Functional, flexible, powerful, and cheap. And as long as they are running a version of Linux that was supported by Pearson and DRC, we could even do standardized testing here. No, pretty effective solution. 5th one, laptop cart. We did this too. We took an old laptop cart the school was no longer using, and filled it with Linux laptops, and the teachers had one more set of devices that they could check out for their classes. Toward the end of the year, between year-end student projects and standardized testing, carts were very much in demand, and having one more cart available was definitely appreciated. And this is one way that we could provide another cart very, very affordably. The last one is one-to-one. This is where a device is assigned to each student and the device travels with the student through the course of the day. We did a case study at our school to test this idea using refurbished laptops with Linux. The project was a great success. One-to-one with Linux has been done elsewhere too. My friend Charlie Reisinger implemented a one-to-one Linux laptop program for the Penn Manor School District in Pennsylvania, ultimately providing laptops for a few thousand students. Using Linux computers for student learning is a solution that can fit a wide variety of needs and environments, from very small to very large. So decide what your needs are, where the computers are going to go, and get to work. If you liked this video, click the like button. If you didn't, let me know why. Put your thoughts in the comments and be sure to share the video with all of your friends, relatives, neighbors, acquaintances, and people that deliver things to your house. And don't forget to follow Stu Does Linux on Twitter, Instagram, and Threads. And remember, if Stu does Linux, so can you. Have a great day.